live. All right, first virtual office hours. I am hyped. Let me frickin' stop feeding back my microphone to my headphones so I don't confuse myself. Properties. Nope. Oh, everyone loves seeing this, I'm sure. Off. There we go. Great. Okay, now the mic should be all good, and we are set to actually have some fun doing some hacking. I don't know if anyone's going to show up today. Happy first day of classes to any Adelphi students out there. But if you were anything like I was as a student, you're probably not looking at the work yet, which is fine. I wouldn't be either. What? I'll check out the news for a few minutes, see if anyone shows up. If not, I think I'm going to do a tutorial today. Let me just make sure I can see chat. Yeah, it looks like I can see chat. All right, yeah. First stream. Oh, let's celebrate. Let's get some cool hacking programs going. We're gonna get all of the ASCII art programs going here. Oh shit. I'm still rusty with freaking Tmux, even after using it after 2 years. I still don't use it correctly. Oh no! That's fucking so sad. First failure of the stream. It looks like I don't have Perl installed for that one. I don't know why you need Perl for that. Well, whatever. Does my pipes one still work? Files. Oh yeah, we got pipes. That's not hard. Nothing in chat yet. Yeah, we got some crazy hacking going on here today. Crazy hacking. All right, enough of that nonsense. Yeah, you know what, I'll leave it going. Let's see what's in the news today. I actually didn't even get to really look at security stuff today. I had so much other shit to do. That doesn't sound good. X account was hacked in a SIM swapping attack. X account. Oh, this is the Bitcoin thingy. That's right. Yeah. Two days after the incident, determined the unauthorized party in control of the SEC cell phone number associated with the account in apparent SIM swap attack. Took the wireless counter into porting a customer's phone number to the device under the attacker's control. You know, I'm not actually familiar with this attack that much. Is this... It sounds like all they gotta do, basically, is clone the SIM card, basically. So as text and code free hackers. Let me read more on that. Maybe somebody could learn something from that, because I honestly don't know a whole lot about SIM swapping. I know what a SIM card is. That's about the extent of my knowledge. Yeah, good old Microsoft. What do they got? What is SIM swapping? Technique used by fraudsters to get control of your phone number. Yes, we know that. What other technical details, please? There's a SIM card. Subscriber authentication, subscriber identity module. Nothing in chat. If anyone's on the internet wondering why I keep staring at the top of the screen, it's because my chat's up there. So I'm seeing if anyone's in chat. Sign to identify the user, country, also connected to your phone number. To get your phone number, scammers must contact your mobile carrier and convince them to transfer your phone number to one of their own SIM cards. Oh, really? That's it? So it's like a telecom trick? But mobile carriers don't just... Well, yeah, obviously, they do some OSINT to collect more personal information, pretend to be you, answer your security questions. Oh wow, I didn't know that. So I guess you could basically just get any telecom character to send you a SIM card as long as you can convince them they're you. Okay, learned something new today. I wonder how you actually do that. What are some swim swapping programs out there? I'll read up on that a little bit. Water services. I wonder about these because, like, they've been saying for years that like SCADA is at risk and everything, and it is at risk. Like it's like you can go to Shodan and just find that. Like it's not hard to find like open servers that are connected to something important, but I still haven't really heard much like. Well, that's not true because Estonia had that attack where they got their whole infrastructure attacked. Well, at least not in America. I haven't seen any major plants go down yet, but maybe I'm just not paying attention. I probably am not, because being in higher ed, I don't look at the government stuff as much, so I'm pretty in the dark about a lot of that stuff. What did they do to this guy? On a ransomware attack, impacted systems. So they still haven't figured out what they actually have. Always love that. Oh, I should have read that out loud. They're implementing defensive measures, the standard message you get. We're implementing defensive measures, and some customers experience delays, and blah, blah, blah. And we're working with law enforcement and third-party forensic experts to determine what happened. Let me make sure. Check my mail, that make sure nobody's like emailing me like, hey, professor, you're a dumbass, we can't hear you because you don't know how to stream. Yeah, no viewers right now. Didn't think so. In November, breach of oh, okay, so I'm stupid. This is happening all the time. I don't know why I wouldn't think it would be. Alright, that's not super interesting, honestly. Trello API. Wait a second. Trello, what is that company? I've heard them before. What do they do? Trello. Manage your project. Oh, that's right, Atlassian. Right, yes. Do we... I feel like this is used somewhere. It's like a PowerPoint, like a kind of like ticket manager thing. So an exposed API. Oh, I love API stuff. What was the exposed API thing? Abused to link email addresses to 15 million accounts. So sounds like they had part of their service open to data that they shouldn't have. I don't understand why they don't just link the post. It's like, we know where this is from. It's like, just give us the original data. Enabled by the Trello REST API. Trello users have been enabled to invite members or guests to their public boards by email addresses. How good the misuse of the API covered. We change to it so that unauthenticated users cannot request another user's public information by email. That sounds terrible. Why would unauthenticated users be able to access user information? Why are there unauthenticated users on their API? No, let me read up on their API. I've never heard of this company, so. Trello API. REST API. Do they have like setup or anything? Guides? Getting started, what do they usually do? Or what kind of... Power up? I don't know what the hell that is. What is your authentication process? Oh, here we go. I was on the wrong thing. So that's API key. Telegator. So yeah, how do you access this API without being authenticated? Let me read back in the article. API was publicly accessible, meaning it could be queried without logging into a Trello account or using an API authentication key. Conversation. Oh, they actually talked to the guy. No, publicly. Profile based on the user's Trello ID or username. Also using an email address, and if there's a associated account, one of the API endpoints enables developers to query for public information. Well, I guess I'm not going to find that in their API now, but Jesus. How do they even manage that? If you can just, like, use the API publicly. Rate limited per IP address, but he just rotated proxies. That's not surprising. Nothing in chat yet. No viewers. Oh well, that's sad. Contact Trello, see if they learn by. All right. Well, I've honestly, I mean, it's not that there aren't public APIs. Like, I think you can do Google search. Well, no, you can't do Google stuff without an API key, right? Yet again, I just read something that makes me realize I don't know freaking anything about any of this stuff. That's why it's called Mike Sucks at Hacking. If I were good at this, it'd be named differently. Let's see what else we got here. Exit passkeys, and it's boring. Ransomware, boring. I'm so bored of ransomware. It's such such a scummy, low-level attack. It just might as well just wipe the guy's computer. Jason's Deli. I don't even know what that is. I guess it's just slow news week. It's just all the mom and pop stores getting hacked this week. Why is this article posted twice? Whatever. FTC. All right. It's looking like a pretty slow news week. Oh wait, is this? Oh wait, no, wait, hold on. More about Atlassian. Is this the same thing as the Trello API, or is this something else? Oh no, the Confluence. That's something different. What's that? Team. Oh, it's like Teams. Okay, or Zoom or whatever. One of those. Disclosed a security issue last week. Oh, it's just the Bleeding Computer article, not the. I was hoping for the disclosure, but that's okay. Law is a critical severity storm. Blah blah blah. Inject weaknesses. Allows unauthenticated to record. Unauthenticated remote execute code. Threat monitoring service reports that its systems recorded thousands of attempts to exploit. Hold on, let's look a little. I always like trying to figure out these HTTP requests. What's going on with this? Just passing a label? It's actually a vulnerability. No, let me look at the CVE. Why am I reading an article on it? Just look at the CVE. Template injection vulnerability. Customers using an affected version. I don't care about that. What's the details? Is this the actual thing? Security. This doesn't really tell me anything. Let's see if GitHub has any people writing about this, because more likely they do. So, .com. This guy wrote one. What does this do? It sets up a... Yeah, it's this string. Is it really just that string? That's it? Oh, you know what this is? I've seen this before. This is Unicode 16, isn't it? Or UTF 16? Whatever it's called. UTF 16. URL encoding? Does it... Can I get that? That's no help. Let's try Google, because Google's better at that stuff usually. Use UTF. I want to convert it to UTF 16. And people are just saying, like, why are you using UTF 16? Typical Stack Overflow answer. Oh, I'm stupid. So, for anybody who's wondering what I'm caring to do, what I'm talking about is in a URL, you can have like special characters, right? Encoded URL characters. So, what's a good example? Do I have any URLs here that have it? Of course not. Good URL. Okay, perfect. Here. Right, so this is %3a here. Hopefully you can see that on the screen. Yeah, you can kind of see it. So that is specifying a byte that goes there. What is 3a? Oh, that's probably the colon, because that's where it is. But let me just confirm that. So ASCII 3a, hex 3a, prints a colon. Yeah, okay. So any kind of like special character, that gets encoded usually. So UTF-8, because it's 8 bits, means you have 2 bytes, right? So 4 bits per byte. So you have 2 bytes here. So what you're seeing in, where was the vulnerability? What you're seeing in his POC here, right? With the /u. First off, this /u is kind of like the signal that it's a different kind of Unicode. So that's like the first thing. That's like your escape character. So it's a little weird, right? Because you saw % here, and now you're using /. Apparently, both work. I don't know exactly what the standard is, but yeah, that's basically how you kind of like escape to enter a specific character. And the reason this is UTF-16 is because this is 4 bytes, right? It's got 4 digits. So this could be like 2A, for example, or something like that, and that'll get you a different Unicode character. What is Unicode? Well, not Unicode. UTF-816 0027. Oh, maybe I should just look up a table. That'd be maybe smart. UTF-18 table. So 27. Oh wait, not 20. It's going to be 27 hex. So 027. So that is the quote. Oh, okay. I get it. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to get the program, whatever the backend thing that has a vulnerability, he's trying to get it to interpret his input as a string. Or rather, he's trying to escape his input as a string. So he's trying to and kind of like create a string to get around the request and then put his own code inside. I'd have to actually like look at the code to like see exactly how this works, like how to like what like, where would you want to put that? I guess, well, actually, you don't really need to understand the code. You can just look at his POC. It looks like it accomplishes it, right? So you're sending label, and then you end it with a quote, basically. And what's %2b? I bet that's another character. I still have these going. ASCII. 2b. It's the plus sign. Okay. I'm not sure how that factors in exactly, but whatever's going on here is that. Oh, I see where the quote is. So there's a quote here and a quote here. So he's like quoting out anything that's like before this, maybe. This is like the payload, and then he's quoting it back in with another string, and this is the actual string he's passing. I'd have to. I don't know what language is written in or anything about the code, and frankly, I'm not a software developer, so I don't know any of this shit. But that's the basic idea of what's going on here. Is that if you can, and this has been a thing lately, because it's not the first time. What was the other one I saw recently where it was a UTF-16 vulnerability? I'm trying to remember. Let me search around. UTF-16 vuln. There's too many to look, really. Can't remember, but whatever. It happens a lot. Oh, this was it. It was Python, I think, right? There was a UTF-8 decoder in Python itself. Was it this? No, this is too old. I didn't hear about this one. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, it seems to happen a lot. These kind of like UTF-8 vulnerability. Oh, now I remember. It was one of these try hack me boxes. I'm not going to go through it now, but it's one of those boxes on there that has this kind of vulnerability, right? So this is a very easy one to kind of like overlook as a developer, because who the fuck's going to use UTF-16? But apparently, if you don't handle it, this shit kind of can happen. You can inject characters that you might not be like whitelisting, right? So I'm sure that whoever programmed this, they probably like were checking for the input for like quotes and stuff like that, but for whatever reason, they just didn't think of UTF-16, because who the hell would? That was a cool one. I'll have to read up more on that one. Find the details, because it seems like it's super easy to exploit. Which I guess is why it's being exploited, right? Okay. Wow, it's 7:20 already. No one's viewing, no one's watching. So in that case, I'm just gonna do a tutorial for everybody. Let me get shit set up for that. Close all this crap. Close out this stuff. All right. And we're going to learn a little bit more about Autopsy today. I think I just hit start recording, right? I'm getting my mouse lost. Okay, good enough. All right, hello internet. Welcome to another Office Hours with Mike, who sucks at hacking. So today I'm going to be doing a short tutorial on some wonderful news that I just found out about. Apparently, I've been tracking this issue for a while. The good Autopsy, the one that actually has been working on Windows for like 5-6 years, finally frickin' works on Linux. This is one of the major issues on their GitHub that's tracking this. I'm sure there's like 10 others that I saw first, but this was the main one. And as of right now, it's still an issue, because as of right now, I believe, well, I don't believe, I've tested this, as far as I know, unless they updated it today. If you're probably wondering, like, why do I need to install Autopsy? Isn't it just apt to install Autopsy? But you would be wrong. This is actually the old graphical user interface to Autopsy. If you've never seen it before, it looks something like, where is it? It was one of these, not that one, this one. Right, kind of like like an unformatted web page, basically. I mean, it does everything that regular Autopsy does. Like, it runs the swell kit that does everything you need. But it's like, if you're just starting out with forensics, this can be a little overwhelming. It doesn't really make sense to you. It didn't make sense to me when I first ran it. And I think this is still the version that is installed by default on Kali and also like Paladin OS. If you never heard of Paladin OS, it's a pretty cool little forensic suite by the guys at Sumuri. It's like a bootable USB like image capture thing. But anyway, that is like the old version of Autopsy, and for years, for some reason, it just didn't install on Linux. It was taken out of. I've tried compiling it myself like about a year or two ago, and I just got errors out the ass, like Java stuff. And once Java stuff happening, is I'm like, I don't know how Java handles graphics and all that, so that's probably what's going on here. I'm just going to have to wait for the developers to kind of fix it. And they finally have. So, we will go through the steps on how to do this. I imagine this video is going to be obsoleted in about like a few months to a year, as soon as they bundle this up and put it on the official repositories for Ubuntu and Debian. You are not going to have to do this process anymore, but if you're eager and you want to try out Autopsy, especially if you're in my digital forensics class, the version we're using in class is kind of like the older version, which will introduce you to you just fine, but if you want to dive a little deeper and try to install this on your own, here's how you do it. And this works for Mac too, by the way. So apparently whatever issue was on Linux was also on Mac. But whatever. So what do we need for the download? So here I'm at Autopsy's main page. And there's some simple instructions. You got to download this zip file, this .deb file, a Debian package, and then follow these instructions. Those instructions I popped out over here. I went ahead and I already downloaded those two files on my desktop here. Right, but you're going to want to download those and place them where you want to. Right, but for this demo, I'm going to be doing it on my desktop. If you want to, you can install it as a snap package. I tend to avoid snaps. Sometimes I haven't had good luck with snaps in the past. I don't know why. I don't honestly even understand how snaps work, really. But you could install it as a snap, but I'm going to do the manual install for people who are interested in doing so. Okay, so what do we got to do? Oh, first word of caution, installing the swell kit. So this is where I ran into my first problem when I installed this the first time. The problem I ran into, and I'll show you kind of what it was. So I actually had the swell kit installed, the official swell kit package that's currently in Debian right now. So I'll show you what's going to happen if I install this version. Right, so, oh, I already have errors, right? And this is what's, you know what, this is probably from the other package I installed, actually. So, my main point here is if you see something like dpackage error processing libtsk 19, you have conflicting versions of the swell kit. That means your libraries are mismatched, or something's got to be removed, or something like that. So if you run into an error like this, the first thing you're going to want to do is remove anything related to the swell kit. So I'm going to go ahead and remove swell kit. Not swell kit Java, that's the name of the package we're going to install. All right, so remove that. And just for good measure, remove that libtsk19 thing. Okay, in this case, it's not installed, so I guess dpackage probably caught it and didn't install it. Okay, so just make sure, and one last thing, in general, it's generally a good idea to run auto remove on Debian or Ubuntu or stuff like that. This is going to remove anything that is like old. In this case, I have none, but sometimes they can cause conflicts. So just make sure that those are clean before you do this install. So yeah, we're using a custom package from the Autopsy people, right? We're not getting the package from Debian. Right, so we can't do this with the Debian package, right? That's kind of my point here. You're going to want to install the one that they have here. So once you've made sure that all your swell kit components are removed, you're going to go ahead and do a sudo apt install. And you're going to do // for the current directory. SwellKit Java. Okay, hit enter. Oh, I guess okay, it was probably almost done. I thought I was going to remove it for this demo, but that's okay. So I had already installed this before this demo. That's what that's saying. But at this point, you should have the SwellKit installed on your system. Going back to the instructions. So we have the SwellKit installed. Next, you're going to want to download that Autopsy file. So let me just clean this up. Right, that's going to be this guy right here. More Mac. Yeah, if you're on Mac, make sure you read the extra stuff. It's a little bit different, but it's mostly the same steps. Just you're putting things in different places a little bit. So now it wants me to run install application.sh. Let's go ahead and look at that. Wait, no, wait. There was another thing before this. I skipped something, didn't I? Oh, goodness. Should have installed prerequisites first, right? You should install the prerequisites before you install the SwellKit. Sorry about that, folks. So if you're getting any errors on installing the SwellKit, you might want to do this step first. So let's go ahead and open this script. Okay. We'll go ahead and copy that link. We're going to download it with wget. And my recommendation in general is to always read your shell scripts real quick, or just give them a quick once over. In this case, this actually caused a problem in my system that I did not expect, so I should have read the shell script. So let's go ahead and read that now. So what's going on here? Stupid. I have to fix that. So what's going on here? First thing, this is the line that actually screwed me up. This little line here, I should highlight. Right, sudo sed -ei, replace anything that starts with a comment and deb source with just deb source. So it's uncommenting a line in the sources list file. Now, this is kind of distro specific. I think what they were doing was they were intending to install this on like stock Ubuntu. And I looked this up earlier. Stock Ubuntu's sources list looks something like this, where you have just deb, but you don't have anything that says deb source. The reason you need deb source is because you're now installing Autopsy's package, right? You're not installing Debian's anymore. So to do those kind of packages, those also might need to like refer to other dependencies, so it also needs a link. So you just need to uncomment that line. In my case, that line was already uncommented, and it actually uncommented a different line for like some old package that I wasn't using anymore, and caused predictable errors. All right, so my warning number 2 is, depending on your system, you might want to remove this line. I'm going to go ahead and remove it for myself, and then you can make the adjustments to your sources file accordingly. In case you're not familiar with that, the way you would edit your sources file is with any kind of text editor. I'm going to go with it. The directory is etc apt sources list. Right, and you can see that I have some deb source lines here. So actually the line that it uncommented was this one, which is looks like an old distribution of Debian. Yeah, I upgraded from Bullseye to SID a long time ago. Okay, so now that I've changed our script, I'm going to go ahead and make it executable. Oh, I should finish reviewing it first before I do that. So what else is going on in the script? Sure, it's not doing anything funky. Looks like it's just adding all the packages. So if you are an Arch person, be aware that these, or any other kind of distro, be aware that these are Debian and Ubuntu specific packages, right? So these might not have the same names in your distro, so just be aware of that if you're trying to do this on Arch or something like that. It might still work. I imagine most of these are probably named the same, but I can't guarantee that. All right, let's go ahead and install the prerequisites. All right, so everything's the newest version, and it spits out this Java version. You're going to want to note that down. That's going to be for the next step, and actually it tells you that in the instructions, but I'm telling you that here. At this point, I would want to actually install the SwellKit at this point, so let me go ahead and do that now. All right, so passed, no problems. And let's go on to the next step. So let's see, we got installing Autopsy. Oh wait, that's where we want. So we downloaded the zip file, and now we're going to want yet another script. So let's go ahead and read this one real quick. Okay, so I'm just copying that link, wget, download that link. Okay, so this one is called install application. Has some usage instructions. There are options here, N, Z, I, J, and V. Okay, so your options are going to be your application name, the zip path, the install directory, I don't know what ASC file means, and the Java path that's going to be required. So if not install directory, exit. If it's not that, then print a warning message. Looks like we're adding some keys, some directories. Yeah, so they're probably adding their keys so they can verify that the application. Extracting. It's going to extract the autopsy directory. All right, this looks pretty much straightforward install stuff. I don't think there's anything that needs to be changed there. And when I ran this, after I had the first two problems, I didn't have any problems with this one. Let's go ahead and make that executable. And let's go ahead and install the application. Okay, now at this part, you're going to want to just refer back to the instructions on how to actually use this. The parameters are Z for the zip path, I for the install directory, and J for the Java home. That's the minimum. And they give you a quick little example here. I have this command in my history, so I'll go ahead and just complete that. But I'll read it out for you. So Z for that zip file that we have. I went ahead and made a new directory called Autopsy in my home. If you want to do that real quick from here, you could just do like make dir ~autopsy. Yeah, it already exists though. We have an install directory, application, install directory, and that Java home. All right, so after that J, this is where you're going to want to copy that directory from before. And I stupidly did not copy it, but you should be smart and copy it. All right, so we'll go ahead and install. All right, so it is unzipping the file right now. Big old file. Good thing I brought coffee. Okay, application setup done, and you can run Autopsy from home, HAL 9001, autopsy / autopsy bin autopsy. Okay, now this is the third warning. The third fuck up I made is what I tried to do when I installed this. Let's go to that directory. I went into the bin directory and tried to launch Autopsy. And this is what's going to happen. It's just going to kind of sit there and not like ever tell you anything. So the issue here is you actually have to run it from this directory right now, right? So this is still in testing, so I assume they haven't really thought about like, paths and where things should ultimately be. So in this case, you're always going to want to run it as bin / autopsy, right? That way you can actually run the program. All right, so let's go ahead and run it. Watch it not work now that I've done all this work. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. What did I screw up this time? Because this time I know I'm doing it right. / bin autopsy? Don't you love demos? This did work when I did it the other night. I assume that something's going on here. I probably just need to probably just need to double check we installed everything. Let's go through the steps again real quick. So we got install prereqs. All the prereqs are there. /install application. Oh, I see what's going on here. I think it, because I added the slash here, something screwed up. All right. So let me go back to Autopsy. Let me remove everything. Maybe it's trying to read cases too. Let me remove everything. Okay. So this is now a blank directory. Let's try this again. So going through the instructions, /install desktop /install prereqs. Sudo apt install swelth Java. You know, let's just reinstall that real quick. Make sure I got everything there. Okay. So now I've reinstalled Java, so now definitely it should be okay. And the final step is install application with all that stuff. But this time I'm going to remove this slash. Can now run Autopsy from bin Autopsy. CD Autopsy /bin Autopsy. Oh, this sucks. This really sucks. This worked yesterday. I literally just uninstalled it to do this tutorial, and now it doesn't work. Isn't that awesome? All right. Well, this is a tutorial for another day, I guess. Let's see. I could poke around more, but I don't think anybody's interested in that. What else could I do here? Did I miss any steps? I feel like I missed something really simple. Oh, is that it? Did I just not update? Is that why? So now we're going to try sudo apt to reinstall that one. Oh, I gotta go back to the desktop. /install. Yes. All. Right. One more time, and then I'm gonna call it a stream and hang my head in failure. Yeah, I screwed up something. Well, we'll call it a stream. Nobody showed up and didn't get any comments, and I failed my freaking install. Typical Linux user, right? All right, we'll call that a stream, and we'll be back next week, and hopefully I will screw up less. Like I said, this channel is Mike Sucks at Hacking, so here to get better at it. See you later.